Hello there, welcome to the Energy Show, and this is your go-to show for everything climate, clean energy, and the future of Africa's environment. I am Tiana, and today we are zooming in on one of the global and the biggest conversations on climate change, the COP28, and what it means for Africa's renewable energy agenda. The stakes are high, the world is warming, festivals are fading in Africa, a continent rich in sunshine, wind, and innovation, is standing at the crossroads of climate urgency and opportunity. So, how did Africa show up at the COP28? What promises were made? What partnerships were born? And more importantly, what next? Now, let's dive in real quick. Let's dive into the topic now. Let's start with what is COP28. What do you understand about COP28? The COP28. Now, this is the 28th Annual United Nations Climate Change Conference. It took place in Dubai in late 2023. Leaders from almost every country on earth came together to assess progress on the Paris Agreement and negotiate new commitments for a safer climate future. But it wasn't just about the big emitters like the US, the China, and even the Europe. It's not about the big emitters there. Africa had a seat at the table, and this time the message was loud. I mean, very loud, pretty loud, and clear. We are not just victims of climate change, we are partners in the solution. We're not just victims of climate change, we are partners in the solution. Let's talk about Africa's renewable energy potential. Africa has 60% of the world's best solar resources, yet only 3 of the global energy investment reaches the continent. The mismatch was a hot topic in the COP28 at the year 2023. Let's talk about the key highlights. Calls for climate finance to follow more fairly. A push for just energy transitions, especially for countries still dependent on fossil fuels. The African Union rallied behind in a unified voice, demanding technology transfer, capacity building, and private investments in clean energy. Countries like Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, and Morocco showcased ambitious renewable energy plans, from green hydrogen projects to solar farms powering the rural communities. Now let's talk about the third segment. What did Africa gain at the COP20? That's the year 2023, okay? So what came out of the meeting when they had the meeting in year 2023 for Africa? Loss and damage fund operationalized, meaning African countries hit by climate disasters can finally get financial support. Now, another one is renewable energy pledges. Global partners committed to helping African nations triple renewable energy capacity by the year 2030. Public-private partnerships. New deals were signed to scale up wind and solar infrastructure, especially in West and East Africa. Okay? But these promises are only as good as action. The real test is in the follow-through, challenges and opportunities. Let's explore the challenges and opportunities. Of course, challenges remain. I mean, they are real, so they always find their way and they remain. Weak infrastructure is a challenge, limited access to finance. Another challenge, policy instability in some countries. This is a challenge, and these are challenges. However, where's the flip side? With the youngest population in the world, a booming tech scene, and invest in natural resources, Africa is positioned not just to catch up, but to lead. We are not just positioned to catch up, but to lead. From solar startups in Nigeria to wind power in Ethiopia, Africa's energy story is shifting, and the world is finally taking note. The world is finally taking note of Africa. Now, as the dust settles on the COP28, one thing is clear. Africa is no longer waiting to be saved. It's rising to power itself. It's rising, giving itself rise to power itself. However, the path needs investment, it needs innovation, it needs intentional leadership. So whether you're a policymaker, a business owner, or just a young Africa dreaming of a cleaner future, the energy revolution needs you. It needs me as well. Africa's renewable future isn't far off. It's happening. One solar panel, one wind turbine, one bold decision at a time. Then boom, it's happening, and we see ourselves in this. That's all on this episode. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye.